Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. This is the third video in the series of mixing a song in Universal Audio's Luna. Now in this video we're going to be looking at adding some delays and reverbs to a vocal, and we're going to be using the Waves CLA EPIC plugin for this. So let's get to it. Let's have a listen to the song so far. And if you can see this pink vocal here, this is the bit that I want to affect with CLA EPIC. But let's play it from the beginning.
You and me in the night. Tell me how we're gonna work this out. You smile and look at the stars, talking up a revolution of doubt.
Okay, so that's the first part of the vocal. Now the second part of the vocal, I want to try and get a different effect on there and just build up the layers of the effects on this vocal. So let's just hear that vocal without any effects on it.
My, yes, you know that lines. Write that down for another time. Touch my skin, I begin to breathe. But my guilt is for the girl that's waiting home for me. If I could only keep my head.
So what I'm going to do is to go to my sends down here on that channel, and we're going to create a new bus, and let's call this Epic. As you can see, a new track has appeared right underneath that vocal, and I want to go to my inserts, click on my first insert, and let's choose Epic and put it into the first slot in my inserts. We're going to go back to the channel we've got the send that's going to Epic on, and let's turn up that send. Now, because we put Epic in a bus, I need to turn this mix on the effect up to 100%. Let's have a listen so far.
My, yes, you know that lines. Write that down for another time. Touch my skin, I begin to breathe. But my guilt is for the girl that's waiting home for me. If I could.
Now what we can do is to start tuning the effect for this vocal. All I'm going to be using for the first part of this vocal is the first section of this delay and the plate reverb, which is on this fader and on this fader. Now what I'm going to do is to make it a stereo delay. So as opposed to it being eighths on both sides, I'm going to have an eighth on one side and a 16th note on the other side. All right, let's see how that sounds.
My, yes, you know that lines. Write that down for another time.
So that's getting there, but what I want to do is to bring back the pre-delay on that plate reverb. So let's just bring it back to about 10 milliseconds.
My, yes, you know that lines. Write that down for another time. Touch my skin, I begin to breathe. But my guilt is for the girl that's waiting home for me. If I.
Now what we can do with this, as we could with the Echosphere plugin, is to add some modulation to either the plate reverb or the tape delay. So I'm going to add it to the tape delay for this.
My, yes, you know that lines. Write that down for another time.
So that's now adding some really nice modulated delays to that part. Now what we can do is to start getting into what I find the exciting part of this plugin, which is start layering the delays and the reverbs. Now what I'd like to do throughout this part is to have this section here with just this delay. Now when this section comes in, I want to bring in a different delay, and right on the last word I want to bring a throw delay in, and we can do this all with this plugin and with some automation inside of Luna. Let's set up the next part of the delay, which is this crowd effect. I'm going to go to part 4, and I'm going to turn this fader all the way up to wide. But now let's see what happens when that last phrase comes in.
My, yes, you know that lines. Write that down for another time. Touch my skin, I begin to.
And let's bring in.
But my guilt is for the girl that's waiting home for me. If I.
Now that's adding some interest on that last phrase and just creating something a bit different. But let's send that delay to the plate reverb as well. Now lastly, I'm going to set up the throw on the last word. So let's go to delay 2, which is the throw delay. Again, I'm going to send this delay to the plate reverb by pushing this button here.
But my guilt is for the girl that's waiting home for me. If I could.
What I'd like to do is to increase the repeats on that last phrase. So let's turn up the feedback and let's bring that up to about, say, 70. And now let's hear that on that last phrase.
But my guilt is for the girl that's waiting home for me. If I could.
Now that's getting there, but there's too much high frequency going in. So let's bring in the low pass. Let's bring it quite high up to about 5K. Let's hear that again.
But my guilt is for the girl that's waiting home for me. If I could.
So now we've got all the delay set up for that section. Now we need to add in the automation. And the way we're going to do that is to add it to the return of the delay. So I'm going to go to the bus that the delay is inserted on. And I'm going to click auto here and I'm going to change that to touch. Now all we have to do is to play through and automate all the parts and to unmute those parts when we want them to come in.
Revolution of the. My, yes, you know that lines. Write that down for another time. Touch my skin, I begin to breathe. But my guilt is for the girl that's waiting home for me. If I could only keep.
So now we can check all that automation. If I go down to where it says view and volume, we can see on the throw channel that the mute is being bypassed on this bit here. And on this section here, this is where the crowd delay comes in. So we can play that back.
My, yes, you know that lines. Write that down for another time. Touch my skin, I begin to breathe. But my guilt is for the girl that's waiting home for me. If I could only keep my head.
I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I really hope you guys got something out of that. Now, I love this plugin. I think it sounds absolutely amazing. And it's one of those plugins that it's going to save so much time in setting up a mix because all of your reverbs and delays are all in one plugin, as opposed to having so many different reverbs and so many delays and then having to route them to different reverbs, to different places. It's all done in one plugin and I think it sounds absolutely amazing. I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I really hope you guys got something out of this. If you did get something out of it, don't forget to like and subscribe and click on that bell icon and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul and I'll see you next time. Cheers.